again, the African Tourism Board is hosting the second African Tourism Ministers Roundtable. Allow me to take this opportunity to welcome our ministers who are here, that are present, and in the process, reconfirm the African Tourism Board vision of taking Destination Africa to be the destination of choice to all our tourists across the continent and beyond. For a long time, Africa has had its story narrated by others who, instead of telling the world what a beautiful and well-resourced continent we have, Africa has been labeled as a dark, poor, and diseased continent. Even today, when Africa is the least affected by COVID-19, the perception of an unsafe destination lingers in the minds of so many across the world. Well, the positive story is that the African Tourism Board is creating a strong voice, an African voice telling the African narrative. Our main message is that by opening up and facilitating domestic and intra-Africa travel, the continent can double its current global market share of around 5% in tourist receipts and tourist arrivals within the next 5 years. Amongst the factors, the intra-Africa free trade area, now agreed by our continental leaders, has opened the doors for Africa to achieve such targets. The African Tourism Board offers itself as a platform whose main objective is to bring together both the private and public sectors into strategic partnerships to harness the latent power and resources which are within our continent to grow the continent's tourism sector. It is therefore our objective to turn around the challenges we face into opportunities and to ensure tourism blend to be just a sector with great potential, but a sector that creates jobs, that creates wealth for the majority of our populace. Today's Ministerial Roundtable brings together our ministers responsible for tourism from our member states, together with invited strategic tourism stakeholders. We will be interrogating strategies of how the continent's tourism sector not only survived, but recovers and grows after the devastating impacts of COVID-19 to travel, tourism, and hospitality activities. Tourism, therefore, is a frontline industry because of its linkages with almost every other sector of the economy. It must be at the forefront, stimulating the rest of the African economies to recover. Let us share our experiences, let us discuss and roadmap our sector to recovery. With these remarks, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome and invite our ministers, our African Tourism Board patron, who will be navigating our discussion, engagement, and our invited guests and participants to a fruitful engagement. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Cuthbert.
Thank you, Cuthbert, for your insight and for your hard work to bring Africa together and African tourism together. For those that know, I'm also a member of the Executive Council and a founding member of the African Tourism Board and have been working with Cuthbert and the team of African Tourism Board ever since it started back in May of 2019. We'll hear more on live stream on the second Ministerial Roundtable soon. Thank you for listening.